Good morning, YouTube. How are you this morning? I'm a little damp, but I'm good. Yep, it seems like every time I step out of the truck, the last 2-3 days, it starts to rain. And as soon as I get back in the truck, it stops. Oh well. It is about 10:30 Central Time, and I'm in Monroe, Louisiana at Saul's Pipe and Steel. It's on the north side of I-20 off of Transport in Kansas Lane. Nice place, a little muddy, but other than that, it's all right. Let's see here. Got here at 9:30, checked in, untarped, unsecured, got everything put away except for the timbers, and they're unloading me now. It took about 35 minutes to get everything put away. I was kind of slow, probably mostly because I didn't want to spill any water, which was on the tarps on the product itself. And and since it was raining while I was loading yesterday, the canvas tarps had water on them as well, so I had to kind of be careful with those. I got out of there about 5:30 last night and started heading up. I had planned on getting here and parking on the street so I could deliver when they first open. And but as I was leaving to go tarp the load, I got a message telling me that I had to stop at the Petro in Shreveport because apparently they did something wrong at Hillsboro with the fuel water separator filter or something like that. And either they didn't have it or they had the wrong one or put the wrong one on or something. I didn't catch the whole drift of it. So I ended up having to stop there. I checked in when I got to Shreveport, and that was about, I think it was 10 o'clock. Yeah, it was about 10 o'clock. And they pulled me right in the bay. But they took them an hour to do whatever it was they were doing. I know they replaced the filter and then purged the fuel system and then reprimed it. And by the time I was done, I pulled out and found a parking spot. There was a few left, not many, but I found a parking space and uploaded last night's video and went straight to bed instead of coming on down here. If I had come on down, I would have had to have stopped probably somewhere, I don't know, around Minden anyway because of the time. So stayed there, got up this morning at 7, took off at 7:30, and when my 8 hours came up, took about 2 hours to get here. Got here, checked in, everything's kosher so far. They're getting it off right now. Not really sure what I'm gonna have after this. I haven't unloaded in Monroe before, but I know where there's a few places around here. I don't want to mention them because I don't like them. But they'll find me something, hopefully. I do need to head to the Pilot as soon as I leave here because as I was coming off the exit, my fuel light came on. So I'm going to have to buy fuel. I had planned on it. I wanted to buy fuel on the way over here, but I needed to be here by 10. So, they wouldn't unload today. So I could skip the fuel stop. Hopefully I should have enough in the tank to get back to get back there, but it's literally sitting on empty. It's in the red. So, but it's only 8 miles away, so not too bad, not too bad. The only thing about this whole PM ordeal is that I got gigged for an overdue PM because they told me it was my responsibility to keep track of the PM. I don't think that's right. For one thing, they've never given me any information on when the services are due. I've only had it done once while I've been here, and they did it while I was on the yard and they were working on something else. Which is what I told my fleet manager. Hold on a second.
Hey, sir, we'll back you up, get them squares off.
No problem, no problem.
And we got to take the 40s off Cross Street and be out of here.
Okay. Apparently I'm not done unloading. I gotta do a bunch of driving around. I'll get back with you. Sorry about that. Let me back up. They took the smallest bundle off, the one they loaded last yesterday, and then I had to pull out, go around across the street over to the big barn, what they call the big barn, to get the 40 footers off. As I was saying, yeah, they haven't given me any information, and I've asked several times. They say, well, we just let you know when it's due, and I've been told that on several occasions, and so I don't feel like I should have been gigged for it. I did talk to my fleet manager. Morgan actually came back from his sick leave, and he's doing real well, which makes me very happy because I like him a lot. I talked to him about it, and he kind of agreed with me, and he said he would poke around and see what can be done about it, see if they can get that waived or something. I told him I understand if he can't, but I didn't like the situation. And I was told that PMs are due every 25,000 miles. That's the first I've heard of that. So I'm going to start tracking it myself. And I got to looking back, and sure enough, it'd been about 25,000 miles since the last PM. But I was never told that in advance. And I was told by another driver that there's a sticker on the inside of the door that tells us, and there's no sticker there for me. There's a PM sticker, but the PM sticker is blank. So I don't know. It doesn't say anything else. So I'll have to deal with that. I'm not too worried about it. I still have 4 cents for the quarter. Go as this current quarter, which is where I started out. My idle is way, way high because I spent a week or so without a bunk heater, so I idled a lot. And they finally fixed my outer route. It was in the 30%. Now it's back down to 1% where it should be. Apparently something caught up or whatever, because I asked for an audit and they did it and it's been fixed. The other thing is my fuel mileage is down. It's at 684. It should be at 7. I don't know. What else? Oh, I did turn in my notice today about going back to being solo. I told them that if they needed me to do one more student, I would do it. Otherwise, when the opportunity presents itself, I would like to go back to a solo truck. Morgan asked me kindly if I would wait till February sometime before they actually take me off the board. He would tell training that not to give me any students so I could have some personal time, is what he told me. And then when they get the chance, once February goes and the next crop of trainers comes out of MIT, and it gets the numbers up above 150, then I can step out, because they're a little bit below 150 right now, and they don't want it to get any lower unless they have to. So I said, cool, that's cool with that. Whatever it happens. I mean, I know when I get out of here, I would like to get a 17, but there weren't any on the yard when I was there the other day. And of course, people come and go all the time. I mean, we don't have a very high turnover, but we have a high turnover. Does that make sense? I mean, people stay here longer than other places. So I'll probably end up getting something else. I wouldn't mind getting a 17. The 18s are coming in April. So I'd like to get one of those. And the best way to get one of those is to get a 13. Because those are coming off. In fact, they've already started taking them off. They've been taking people out of 13 since December and putting them in 14s, 15s, and 16s to get them out. And last week, I think I mentioned it, I don't remember, but there's an 18 trainer truck on the yard. And of course, everybody's all over it. It is sweet, 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 sweet. The interior is really, really nice. Totally changed from the standard Freightliner. It's not the elite package with the convertible bed table for the bottom bunk, which I would love to have, to be honest. But it does, I really like the way the inside is. I really like the refrigerator placement, of course, the flat screen TV mount. I think if I have time in today's video, I'll add the photos I took of the inside of the 18 truck to this video and see how it goes. Because I posted them to Facebook, to the instructor forum. And some people like them, some people don't. I think the front of the truck looks like an angry dog running down the road. I mean, honestly, it does. It looks like it's a mean dog. But the inside is sweet. It's more like a car than a truck. And the dash is laid out a lot better than probably any previous version of the Cascadia or even the Columbia. And I had owned a Columbia for 7 years, and I loved that truck. But something about the ergonomics of the way the Cascadia is, I'm not too fond of it. Nothing's, I mean, it's easy to get to. I just don't like its placement. So that's all she wrote for right now. I guess I will let y'all know when I get wherever I'm going to be going, if they ever decide to tell me. Until then, see you later. Bye. Good afternoon, YouTube. How are you this afternoon? I'm not too bad. It is about 3:30 Central Time, and I'm in Little Rock, Arkansas, at International Pipe and Supply. After we talked, finished unloading, I pulled out to the street and sent in my empty call. I got a message saying that they were looking for a load, but they had nothing available that would allow me to get home. Not that I care. Or could utilize me at that time. And there was 2 trucks in Louisiana, and they were 2 loads short, and I was number 2 on the board. I immediately sent a message back to my FM stating that I didn't care if I got home or not this weekend. It wasn't that important. I mean, I'll go home if I go home, but I'm not necessarily looking forward to it. So, about 10 seconds after I sent that message, I got this dispatch to come up here. It's almost 200 miles. It was 200 miles when I had to backtrack a bit to go to the pilot there in Monroe and fill the tanks. Glad I did, because I was pretty low. Pretty low. And grabbed a sandwich at the Wendy's. I hate doing that. Tears me up sometimes. Oh well, I digress. And then started heading this way. So it's about 3.5 hours up here, and they were afraid I wasn't going to make it on time for them to load me, but I don't know why. It's only 3.5 hour drive, and I had 6 hours to get here, or something like that. So I got up here. I just got here a few minutes ago. This must just be a holding yard. They got gigantic pipe, just gigantic pipe is all it is. And I'm picking some up, and I'm taking it to another one of their facilities, another International Pipe in Oklahoma City, and it's due tomorrow. So I'm thinking, I'm not sure what I'm going to get, how many or what. But I'm looking at what this guy's doing. It's a straps load, no chains, apparently. And it's got to be belly wrapped or gut strapped, one of the two. I don't know which. I'll figure it out when they do it. And you can watch, hopefully. I gotta clean out the camera though. So when I'm done here, I'm actually gonna go, depending on how much time I have, because I have, let's see here, 5.5 hours available on my 14. Depending on how much time I have when I leave here, I will either go to the Little Rock yard to wash this truck, because it desperately needs it, because I've driven on 4 really muddy lots the last couple of days, or head on and wash the truck and take a shower there, and then spend the night and drive over there in the morning. Or I will go ahead and start heading that way and start looking for a parking spot. I don't know which. Like I said, it's really going to depend on how much time I have when I leave here. Because there's Pilot Flying J in Russellville, and there's another one just inside of Oklahoma, on just past Fort Smith. Don't know which or what. I'm kind of 2 minds. I want to go ahead and start heading that way so I can get there at a decent hour tomorrow, but I also need a shower because I haven't had one yesterday, and I didn't get one the day before. Last night's was a sponge bath. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Y'all need to know that. So today's video is going to be really long. So I guess that is it for today. And we'll talk tomorrow when I unload. So until then, keep the shiny side up. 73s. See you later. Bye.